Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Do me a favor, guys, get yourself down in that description box. I got two links I want you to check out. The first one is that Mumu link. Now, the good folks at Mumu are going to give you up to $1,100 in cash reward and NVIDIA stock shares if you agree to open up a Mumu brokerage account. Here's some details. When you make $1,000 deposit, when you initially open your Mumu account, they're going to give you $120 in cash reward. Here's another one. If you decide to make additional deposits, you can get up to $1,000 in NVIDIA stock. Again, guys, we're trying to build wealth and get to that passive income thing. We got to take advantage of every opportunity we can to strike while the iron's hot. So get yourself down that description box and check out that Mumu link. Once again, up to $1,100 in cash reward and NVIDIA stock shares. NVIDIA is a $5 trillion company, guys. Highest market cap in the world, right? Big company. So go out and do you some research on NVIDIA and figure out who this company is. But in my opinion now, personal opinion, constitutional right, First Amendment, freedom of speech, my personal opinion, they're one of the greatest companies of our lifetime. Now, again, that's my opinion. You got to go out and do your own homework and figure that out for yourself. But for me, it's a no-brainer. And of course, Mumu is a self-directed brokerage app. Millions of people around the world use Mumu. Mumu advertises here on YouTube. So go to YouTube search and just type in Mumu and boom, hit search and you'll see widely known on the YouTube platform by not just myself, but other influencers and other creators as well. So check out that first link, which is that Mumu link. Second link is going to be the Wealth Builders Financial Community on Patreon, guys. That's my community I started about almost 2 years ago, 2024. So in 2026, it'll be 2 years. So started that community almost 2 years ago. We got a couple thousand wealth builders in that community. It's located on the Patreon platform. So it's that second link down in the description box. Why don't you click on that, man, and come over there and check us out? What do we do in there? We just help each other build wealth. None of us are experts. None of us try to tell you what to do. We're just people who decided to come together as a community and, do something about our financial freedom chase. We wanted to do it together. So if you're looking to find you a financial home, man, and get with some like-minded people trying to go in the same direction as you, which is financial freedom and passive income, come check us out. We got live streams every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time where we talk about building wealth and getting to passive income. We also have a daily community chat that's pretty robust Monday through Friday when the market is open. We're exchanging ideas, best practices, tips, nuggets, what's working, what's not working, and just providing a safe place for us to be able to build wealth. So if you want to join us on that Patreon side, man, click on that second link. It'll take you over to Patreon. Then all you got to do is sign up and come join us. Well, guys, I want to talk with you briefly about once in 100 years opportunity to build wealth and create passive income. But before I do that, let me give you a quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, right? You got to go out and do your own independent research before you make any investments. I'm not here to try to give anybody no investment tips. What I'm here to do is tell you about financial freedom and passive income. Now, again, I'm exercising my constitutional right, First Amendment, freedom of speech, personal opinion. For those of you who are not comfortable making your own financial decisions, go out and get you a professional, licensed financial advisor, because I'm not one. Now, let's talk about this once in 100 years opportunity to build wealth and get the passive income. If you've been paying attention, last week we had a couple things happen. The first big thing we had happen was the Federal Reserve had its last meeting of 2025, and it decided to reduce short-term interest rates by 25 basis points, which is a big deal. In my opinion, it's a big deal. So on Wednesday, they cut rates. On Thursday, the market started to rally. Why? Because of rate cuts. Anytime rates go down, assets go up. Now, that's my opinion. You go out and do your own homework and come up with your own opinion. But that's my opinion. When rates go down, assets go up. Who do rates benefit the most when they go down when you're talking about businesses? Typically, small businesses really get an advantage when rates go down. They benefit the most. Why? Because most small companies are struggling and they're looking for investment in order to invest in their business to continue growing that business. And if they can go to a bank or a lender and get, borrow money 25, 75 basis points cheaper than they could back in August, then they go out and borrow money and they invest it into their company and they trying to grow. So small businesses benefit most. Most big businesses don't have a problem with finding funding, right? They don't have a problem finding shareholders. They don't have a problem getting, banks to lend them money. Not your big proven companies, but your smaller companies do. Why? Because a lot of them are not profitable. So most banks don't want to take that type of chance on too many small companies, especially when they're not profitable and they don't have a solid track record to repay the loan. Because the only way you can repay the loan is you got to be profitable at some point, right? So small businesses, when rates come down, they benefit more than big businesses. So that happened on Wednesday, and we did see a little bit of uptick in the market, which was wonderful, right? I was waiting for us to start getting a little bit of that Santa Claus rally, and we got a little bit of it. But then Friday came, yesterday. The Santa Claus rally ended real quick. And why did the Santa Claus rally end? That's the second big thing that happened last week that I want to talk to you guys about. Well, investors got skittish again on artificial intelligence companies. Oracle came out with, I believe, either their Q3 or Q4 earnings report. And the earnings report wasn't as spectacular as investors wanted it to be. And then Oracle doubled down and said it's going to continue to spend more money on AI infrastructure. The market didn't like that. Already the market is starting to say, when I say market, guys, I'm talking about investors, big boy investors, not necessarily you and me. I'm talking about big boy investors, hedge funds, institutional investors, billionaires. These people are starting to worry about the artificial intelligence bubble. You got 4 or 5 gigantic companies, including NVIDIA and some of the other Magnificent 7 companies that they believe are kind of pulling a 3-card Monte, right? They're kind of paying each other, making deals with each other, and that's sort of driving the stock market. Some investors believe that. I'm not saying that I believe that, but I'm telling you what some investors believe, and that is one of the reasons why we saw the market on Friday sell off. It was a rotation out of artificial intelligence stocks. And guess where the rotation in was? Value stocks, right? Non-artificial intelligence stocks, non-tech stocks, or at least their primary business is not tech. So you got companies like Home Depot, Walmart, and other value companies they rotated into and out of your growth companies. So you got 2 types of stock, in my opinion. Now, again, I'm not a professional, guys. I'm just giving you my opinion. Please go out and do your own independent homework and figure this thing out for yourself. But here's what I believe. You got 2 types of stocks. You got value stocks and you got growth stocks. Growth stocks are these stocks that, they grow really, really fast. They might have a 10, 15, 20, 30% year over year growth. That's why they call them growth companies. They grow fast. But then you got these value companies, and typically value companies are companies that have been around for a long time. They're profitable, but they don't grow as fast, but they pay a pretty good dividend. So a guy like me says, okay, boom, I want to go to Walmart. I want to go to AT&T, and I'm going to put my money in there, and they're going to pay me a nice dividend to hold my money in their stock. Now, I'm not going to get much growth out of AT&T, but I am going to get a really nice annual yield on the money that I got in there. And that annual yield is what they call a dividend, and I call it AKA passive income. So that's what a lot of investors will do when they get scared that the stock market is being overly hyped by these artificial intelligence companies. They will start just kind of moving their money out and move it into value. Something that has, something that is not directly tied to artificial intelligence. And I think that's what you saw on Friday. Now, will that last? No, I don't believe it will last. Just go look at history. History says they rotate back in at some point, right? Because you're talking about the biggest companies in the world, guys, in this artificial intelligence ecosystem. You're talking about the Magnificent Seven, guys. You're talking about Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Tesla, and Nvidia. That's your Magnificent Seven. Then you got other companies like Broadcom, which has a $1 trillion market cap, man. I'm talking about a $1 trillion market cap. That's a huge company, guys. These are huge, huge, huge companies. So nobody wants to miss out on this growth. When you go look at Nvidia year-to-date growth, it's a big number. When you go look at Alphabet's year-to-date growth, when I'm talking about return on investment, it's a big number. Now, again, guys, I'm just giving you my opinion. Please go out and do your own independent research. Do not rely on me as your research vessel. I'm just a guy on here giving you his opinion. It's my First Amendment right. Constitution, little thing they call the Constitution. I know some of y'all may not know what it is. I didn't really know a whole lot about it either, but I got myself really, really updated on it. It's one that I like in particular. It's the First Amendment, freedom of speech. And that's all I'm doing here. So go out and do your own research. Now, don't depend on me to do the research for you. I'm just telling you, here's the opportunity. So what do we have right now? We got an S&P 500 that started the year at 58 and some change, 5,800 points. And on Thursday, it got over 6,900 points. It closed over 6,900 points. A lot of experts believe, boom, it's going to 7,000 for the end of the year. A lot of experts. I'm not an expert, but there are other experts out there. Go on Google, go on ChatGPT, and you can find them. So you got an S&P 500 on Thursday that got over 6,900 points. You had a Dow Jones Industrial Average, on Thursday closed over 47,000 points, almost 48,000 points, guys. The Dow could be headed to 50,000 points, guys, by the end of this year. And then the NASDAQ on Thursday closed over 23,000 points. Matter of fact, it was 23,500 points. Listen, man, all thing I'm telling you is be careful what you 1% try to propagandize you guys on, guys. Now, on Thursday, you have these three major indexes, including the Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 closed above 2,500 points, guys. So you got the three major indexes plus the Russell 2000 on Thursday had record closes. But then on Friday, they rotate out. Is that propaganda? I think it is. See what I'm telling you? How can one day you are breaking records in the market and then the next day you just sell off? All I'm telling you, man, is go do your homework and don't let these people hit you with that propaganda, man. I think this is the greatest opportunity in the last 100 years to build wealth and get the passive income, and that's my opinion. What am I going to be doing? I'm going to continue the dollar cost averaging in every 15th of every month. I'm going to take a certain amount of money and I'm going to put it in Blueprint 1.0. That's my 50, 30, 20 investment strategy. That's what I'm going to be doing no matter what. I got 9 more years to do what I need to do to build wealth and get the passive income. And this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to use that 50, 30, 20. And I'm not going to let the 1% propagandize me to keep me on the sideline and keep me scared and afraid. Now, on Thursday, you got record highs. Then on Friday, you're rotating out. That don't even make no sense. If you just think about it, turn on the logical side of your brain, it makes no sense. It's propaganda. They're trying to get you to sell when you should be buying. They're trying to get you to buy when you should be selling. So all I'm telling you guys is get smart. Understand what's happening right now. These guys are setting up a 2026, in my opinion, that's going to be a monster. And they want you scared and on the sideline so you can miss the monster. I'm not going to be on the sideline and I'm not going to miss the monster. I'm going to slay this monster. I'm go beat this monster over the head with a big old gigantic club, and I'm gonna get my piece of the American dream. Get my piece of a slice of apple pie. I don't know about y'all. I'm gonna get my white picket fence. All this stuff they tell you that you should be striving to do here in America. Oh, get the white picket fence with the yard in the house. Get your 2 cars. All this other stuff they tell you to get. What they don't tell you to get is what they don't tell you is how to get the wealth, how to get the financial freedom, how to get the passive income. They don't tell you that part in school. See, they don't teach you all that in school. What they teach you in school is how to get in debt. They don't teach you how to build assets. Think about it. From kindergarten all the way through college, when have anybody taught you anything about building wealth and getting the passive income? They ain't gonna teach us that. They will never teach us that. Why? Because we're the worker bees. See, we're the worker bees. You ever seen them worker bees? You have that queen bee, and then you have the worker bees. These worker bees, all they do is work to serve the queen. Guess who the queen is? The 1%. Guess who the worker bees are? The 99%. So they don't want us worker bees learning how to build no wealth, because if we worker bees learn how to build wealth, we want to be the queen too. They don't want us to be queens, the queen bee. They want us to be a worker bee. So guess what? The education system here in this country, it doesn't include teaching you how to buy assets to build wealth and create passive income. See, the school systems in this country don't teach you that. Not from kindergarten all the way through college. Now, if you go, get you a master's degree in economics or something, you learn about economics, but that don't necessarily mean you are going to build any wealth, right? We all know book smarts is not a prerequisite to building wealth, man. I know some people don't got no book smarts, didn't even go to high school, and are wealthy. But what I'm trying to tell you is these guys trying to set y'all up so that you miss 2026. Again, guys, in my opinion, it's going to be a monster year that you don't want to miss. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not trying to give you financial advice. I'm just telling you my opinion, exercising my First Amendment right of the Constitution, freedom of speech. I'm giving you my personal opinion. Go do your own research. But listen to me, man. What are these people setting up? They setting up a crazy 2026. Why do I say that? Because Federal Reserve going to continue reducing interest rates in 2026, in my opinion. Well, how do you know that? Well, I don't know it for a fact, but if you go listen to President Trump, some of his other stuff that he done put out in 2025, you'll already know he's not happy with the Federal Reserve Chairman, Jerome Powell. You'll also know he's went on record and said he believes interest rates should be at least 200 basis points lower than where they are right now, which would put Fed funds rate at around, what is it, 3.5 now? They'd put Fed funds rate at 1.5. That's where he think interest rates should be. What do you think is going to happen if they do next year when President Trump put his Fed chair in there in May and those people go to work and try to get them rates down, which they will, because guess what? They ain't got to go to Congress to get the rates down. The Fed chair and the FOMC committee can just lower the rates. And guess who's going to be in charge of all of that? Trump. So I'm telling you what's, in my opinion now, I can't guarantee you anything, but in my opinion, I'm telling you what's getting ready to happen, man. So please, do yourself a favor. Get in position. I'm going to stay in position, so I don't have to get in position. See, I stay in position, so I don't have to get in position. I stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready. Y'all might want to follow that motto, man. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Stay in position so you ain't got to get in position. Here's more things I'm doing. I'm going to continue working on these additional streams of income, because the more dry powder that I have on dip days, the better off I'm going to be. We're going to have some dip days next year, just like we had them this year. And those people who were ready with the dry powder on the dip days did very well. So for me, I got to have dry powder for the dip days in 2026, because we're going to have some dip days. And that's where the real wealth is built, on them dip days. Y'all go back to November of this year. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you took advantage, if you took your dry powder off the sideline and bought the dip. Y'all will know what I'm talking about. See what I'm saying? Go look at Rocket Lab back in November. I think Rocket Lab was down in the what? $38 a share range, $40 a share range. Guess what it was on Thursday? Topped out about $65 a share. Up 50% in 1 month. Not even 1 month. See what I'm saying? And again, guys, I'm not trying to be no financial advisor and trying to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you facts. Go look at Rocket Lab. Go look at Rocket Lab in November. Go look at Rocket Lab. All you got to do is go to Yahoo Finance. Go ahead in the search bar, type in RKLB, which is the ticker symbol for Rocket Lab. And then what you want to do is hit search. It's going to bring up Rocket Lab. Then you want to scroll down a little bit and go to historical data and hit search on historical data. It's going to give you the daily stock price of Rocket Lab for the last year of trading days. All you got to do is concentrate on November. Go through November and see what Rocket Lab was trading at. And you'll see Rocket Lab got somewhere at some point in November, it got down to around $38 or $40 a share. And I told you, and then go to December, what was Thursday? December 11th? Go to December 11th for Rocket Lab. And then go to the high stock price for the day. And you'll see it topped out at one point, if I'm not mistaken now, guys, go fact check me. I think it topped out at about $65 a share. Boom, boom, boom. See, if somebody had dry powder and would have participated in the Dipsy on Rocket Lab back in November, guess what? A nice little rally. If you'd have participated on the dip, you'd have been ready for the rip. So all I'm telling you guys is we got more of that coming in 2026, so be ready for it. Don't sit yourself on that sideline looking crazy and miss this opportunity. Again, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just a regular guy on YouTube trying to share his opinion with you, and I hope you guys have your own opinion. I hope you guys will go out and do your own independent research and figure out what's important to you. That's all I can ask you to do, man. I just want you to miss this great opportunity to build yourself some wealth and get the passive income. I told y'all what I'm doing. On the 15th of every month, I'm a dollar cost average into my favorite ETFs and my favorite individual stocks. It's called Wealth Transfer Blueprint 1.0. If you don't know what that is, get over to the Wealth Builders. Boom, hit me a DM, and I'll let you know what it is. Second thing I'm doing is I'm going to continue to work multiple streams of income so I can get the dry powder as high as I can get it. I want the dry powder 3 stories high. So once we do have them dipsies in 2026, when we get the rotation out of something and we get the dip, that's when the dry powder gonna come off. That 3 stories of dry powder, I'm bringing it off the sideline. That's the only time I'm bringing it off the sideline, when we are in a dipsy, right? Which we will have them. We're gonna have them every year. All you gotta do is be ready and prepared. See, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay prepared, you ain't gotta get prepared. See what I'm saying? I done told y'all my plan. Y'all drop me some comments down in the comment box and let me know what your plan is. Let me know what your plan is. Again, nobody's trying to be no expert here. I'm just telling you what my plan is, guys. I'm asking you what your plan is. So drop it down in the comment box. Last thing, those 2 links down in the description box. That Mumu link and that Wealth Builder Financial Community link, guys. Again, Mumu is going to give you up to $1,100 in cash reward and NVIDIA stock shares when you meet certain deposit requirements. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. First link down in the description box, man. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself to that Mumu offer, man. Do not cheat yourself. Treat yourself to that Mumu offer. And then the last one is that Wealth Builder Financial Community on Patreon. Come check us out, man. We strong over there, man, because we 2,000 deep. We strong on Patreon because we 2,000 deep. And I know there are creators out there that's way deeper than that, but that's good for them. Good for them. You're talking about a dude that started this thing from 0 in 2024, and now it's 2,000 deep. And all we doing is helping each other build wealth. No shenanigans over there. Nobody trying to be no expert. We just helping. And that's the only way you can DM me and rock with me and ask me questions and get my opinion. Get my my constitutional right, my First Amendment right, which is freedom of speech, personal opinion. It's the only place you can get my personal opinion is on Wealth Builder. Nowhere else. Second link, man. Come check us out. Hit that second link. It'll take you over to Patreon. Sign up. Join us. And then send me a DM and let me know you're rocking with me, man. Let me know you're rocking with me. I hope you guys are ready. Drop me some comments if you're ready. 100-year opportunity, man. In my opinion, now, First Amendment right, constitutional right, freedom of speech. I think it's 100-year opportunity. Opportunity is knocking. Question is, are you going to open the door? Opportunity is knocking right now for 2026. Are you going to open the door? Or are you just going to ignore the knock and keep doing what you've been doing and keep getting what you've been getting? I hope not. I'm here to sound the alarm. I just sounded the alarm. I don't know if you hear me. It's a 3 a.m. alarm, 3 a.m. fire alarm, 3 a.m. fire alarm, 3 a.m. fire alarm, a 911. Hope you hear me. I hope you hear me, guys. I hope you hear me. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, smash the like button. Thoughts become things. You can see it in your mind. You can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.